The Midway Missile, Darryl Charlier, the fourth all-time winningest driver in Speedway history. Going to look to add another notch to the belt. Green flag is out. We're underway for 20. Here comes the Midway Missile, living up to his moniker, to the outside and to the lead, but here comes the 5X of Brandon Burgoon. Burgoon started sixth, up into the third spot, now going to track down second, move Brandon Burgoon to second on lap number 1. That 5X has been fast all season long, amassing 4 feature victories, and he may be on his way to number 5 here tonight. It's going to be Jake Gunn now battling with Darryl Charlier in the Dobnaco number 42. Move Jake Gunn to back up to second. Third position battle right now, it's Frank McGill battling with Darryl Charlier. Ben Police going to make it a 3-car battle as they exit turn number 4. 3 wide momentarily for those 3 competitors. Frank McGill right through the middle of turn number 1. He's going to look to take the third position away from Darryl Charlier. Charlier battles back on the outside. That car typically piloted by Tony Mussolino, unable to be here tonight, but it is a very, very stealthy competitor back behind the wheel of that car number 42, still battling for that third spot as he enters turns 1 and 2 now with just 4 laps to go. But will that be enough of a factor? He's going to have to hit on the binders. There's the 77 of Tom Klein right in front of your leader. The 5X of Brandon Burgoon has to check up. But has the damage already been done? He can't quite get around the 77. This is exactly what the 14G needs. 3.1 seconds behind, though. And there goes the 5X of Burgoon. He gets around the 77. The 42 of Darryl Charlier slow on the inside of the racetrack. Darryl Charlier gets back to the pits as the white flag flies. 1 lap to go for Double B Brandon Burgoon. He's built up quite the advantage now, 3.5 seconds, and now 3 cars separate your leader from second. All he has to do is keep it off of the wall and keep his nose clean for the final 2 turns. Through turn 3, flawlessly. Through turn 4 with perfect execution to the checkered flag. It's going to be Double B Brandon Burgoon, your winner here. Second will go to the 14G of Jake Gunn. Finishing third on the grid, it'll be the 05 of Frank McGill. Might be his career best weekly feature finish. He's climbing out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear for tonight's feature winner for the 5th time this season, Double B Brandon Burgoon. Look at number 13 of Brandon Mattis, a former feature winner here at the Speedway, starting 10th. Brandon Spithaler, the fan favorite, starting 7th on the grid. This time around, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to come to the green. They're lined up wheel to wheel and side by side. Buckle up, baby. We're going for a ride. Green flag is out. Look at Darren Gallagher, not wasting any time. He's moving in on the tail tank of the 81 of Lee Jacobs. The Catfish, Dan Kurger, right to the bottom of the racetrack. No surprise here. Lap 1 goes to Lee Jacobs. Cars up into the Peapod patch in turns 3 and 4. That's the wheelman Brandon Mattis going 3 wide with Mitch Harville and the 23 JR Jack Soderman Jr. Here comes Darren Gallagher, though, for the second spot, moving in on Dan Kurger. Kurger looks to the inside of Jacobs, not able to get it done yet. Jordan Ryan battling with the 12 car of Darren Gallagher for third. Louis Mattis ahead of your leaders. That might become a factor here after lap number 5. AJ Flick gets around the 22 of Brandon Spithaler. He's going to try to move on to greener pastures now as he looks forward. Problems for Kurger. The 08 of Dan Kurger slow on the front stretch. Tough break as he was running second, and that's going to allow some of your drivers to close in now. Kurger makes it back pit side. We stay green. Battle for second now between Jordan Ryan and Darren Gallagher. In turns 3 and 4 they go. Gallagher up into the high-ranked district. Jordan Ryan right through the middle. AJ Flick in fourth and closing in. Jordan Ryan a 19 flat. Not the fastest lap time, but nonetheless still a quick time. Lee Jacobs has the fastest lap with an 18.547. AJ Flick closing in on Lee Jacobs, about a half a second behind Jacobs now as your leader Jordan Ryan entering some lap traffic. Battle between Brandon Spithaler and Brandon Mattis. The battle of the Brandons heading down into turn 3. Mattis has to hit on the binders. Brandon Mattis now trying to close in on the 5th spot. He's going to have to try to take it away from Brandon Spithaler. Here comes AJ Flick. He's got to run on the backstretch now. Moving in on Lee Jacobs all over his tail tank. Where's he going to go? Jacobs through the middle. AJ Flick going to choose the high line. through turn number 4. Jacobs right through the middle. He's got enough of a momentum swing there. 14 laps in now, make it 14 laps in, make it 11 to go. In the closest battle for position on the racetrack, that battle is for second. They've got the 4X ahead of them. The 4X is, of course, 3 wide coming off of turn number 4. AJ Flick is second in turns 1 and 2. And Jordan Ryan's got the flying one, Bob Felmy in front of him. He's going to have to be careful how he navigates this one. Right through the middle, the meat and the sandwich. Move Jordan Ryan forward again. Brandon Spithaller starting to close in on the 81 of Lee Jacobs. That battle will be for third. Darren Gallagher slow in car number 12. And Gallagher not able to make it back into the entrance of turn 1. And that is going to be the yellow that AJ Flick needed. So AJ Flick, you saw in that restart, went right up to the top and hit on the gas. You know what he's thinking. But does he have what it takes to do it? The green flag is out. We're back underway for 2 laps. Flick to the bottom of the inside of the 25R of Jordan Ryan. He shows his nose, but Ryan takes off down the backstretch into turn 3. Excellent pull-away speed for the Northport, Florida native. White flag waves, 1 lap to go. Jordan Ryan, a full-timer with the Fast on Dirt Series, takes the checkered flag in the $3,000 to win prize. Second goes to AJ Flick. Third goes to the 22 of Spithaller. Jacobs in 4th, and Mitch Harville rounds out the top 5. Climbing up top, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for Jordan Ryan, tonight's feature winner. Ben Easler right to the lead, the Linesville, Ohio native, making his first appearance of the season here at Dirt Sponsor Half Mile. He's going to lead lap number 1 of the Jerry Rentz Hubbas Auto and Truck Supply Rush Sportsman Modifieds, presented by Born to Run Lubricants. Chelsea Krekish, the 2021 track champion here at the Speedway, running in this runner-up spot right now with a 5C of Aiden Cipriano in 3rd. Cipriano challenging to the inside of Kregish. That battle is for 2nd. The closest battle on the Speedway now through 6 laps. Kregish charging back on the outside. Cipriano showing her the nose momentarily. And now Kregish back to 2nd. Right to the inside of Jolene Smith goes the 02 of Easler, putting her 1 lap down now with just 3 laps to go. Rest of the field nice and evenly spaced out around Dirt Sponsor Half Mile right now. Easler enjoying a 4-second advantage over Cipriano. Krekish in 3rd, about 6 seconds behind your leader. Cole Holden in 4th, about 9.5 seconds behind your leader that last time by. The Linesville, Ohio native going to get back to it for the first time in 2023. He makes his way to the bottom of turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Keeps the nose clear. Coming to the checkered flag, the 02 of Ben Easler gets the job done here tonight. Aiden Cipriano in 2nd. Chelsea Kregish will round out your top 3. Cole Holden in 4th. And a 2LC of Lucas Cannon will round out your top 5. We'll head trackside to speak with Ben Easler. The car for the first time in his career, a feature winner at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Let's hear it for Hollywood, Ben Easler. Starting the 45 car in 9th will be Todd Weldon, and to his outside it'll be hammer down Mike Harris. Starting in position number 10, lights are out. We're going to go green this time around. Green is out. We're underway. Drivers starting to make preparations for the 2nd annual Bob Walters Memorial presented by Big Daddy Donuts. It's going to be the 56 of Christian Schneider leading the charge, but here comes Chris Schneider up into position number 2. Brett McDonald able to join the field in car number 25. Lap 1 into the books. Christian Schneider leads it. Christian Schneider still your leader. The 55 of Chris Schneider in the 2nd spot on lap number 3. Battle for 4th between Poljak, Kachuba, and Catellis. Catellis looking to the outside of Poljak with a nice run down the backstretch, but Poljak starting to pull away. Poljak knows how to build some Chevrolet hammers. He's got one under the hood of that number 36. Excellent 3-wide battle for the 4th spot. Still 3 wide in turn 2. Kachuba, Catellis, Poljak. of turn 1. It's the 18 of Hammer Down Mike Harris. That'll bring out the caution here on lap number 5. Cody Catellus and AJ Poljak both have been to victory lane this season, respectively. Good to see that the 45 of Todd at Weldon was able to join the field after having some problems in his heat race earlier tonight. Night number 1 of the Bill Hendren Memorial featuring the Rush Late Model Touring Series, plus the second annual Bob Walters Memorial for these very Penn, Ohio Pro Stocks. PPMS.com has your information and tickets that you need for that event. Lights are out. We're going to go green this time around. A pair of Schneiders on the front row. Christian Schneider, though, is the one to start it. Here comes Chris, a crossover move. Started on the outside. Back to the inside, though. Christian Schneider pulls away. Here comes Kachuba. Kachuba to the outside of Daryl Charlier. Charlier right to the bottom. Talk about uncharacteristic, but hey, if it works, you're going to use it. Charlier battling with Kachuba for third. Christian Schneider dominating here tonight. A 2-second advantage over Chris Schneider. Something that you don't too commonly see when Chris shows up to a racetrack. Christian Schneider and Chris work together at S&S Chassis down in Lower Burl. Car spinning hard in the 4. That's the 1K of Cody Catellus, I do believe. Some nose damage on the 45 car of Todd Weldon there. Car able to pull away under its own power, though, which is always a good sign. So 5 to go for the Schneiders. They head through turn number 4. Christian Schneider gets this race back underway. We're back to green. Chris Schneider with a nice run down the backstretch. He goes, staying in arm's length, staying within reach of Schneider. Here comes a huge move for Schneider down to the bottom of the racetrack. Christian Schneider through the middle. Chris Schneider now going to drift up and lose some ground. Here comes the midway missile, Daryl Charlier. In true Daryl Charlier fashion, right to the high side of the racetrack. And caution comes out here before the white flag can fly. There's some debris on the racetrack on the high side of turns 1 and 2. Lights are out. We're going to go green. Christian Schneider gets this race back underway in turn 4. Schneider through the middle of 1 and 2. Chris Schneider now trying to make another run down the backstretch. We'll see if he shoots down low in 3. He tries it. Charlier goes just a little bit lower. Daryl Charlier trying to work on the inside of Chris Schneider for a second, but the white flag flies for Christian Schneider. Daryl Charlier in a battle for second. He's trying to work on the 55 of Chris Schneider. Can't quite get him in 1 and 2. In 3 and 4 they go for the final time. Checkered flag is going to wave for the 56th of Georgetown. Pennsylvania native Christian Schneider earns another victory at Pittsburgh.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for tonight's Penn, Ohio feature winner, Christian Schneider.
So what an opportunity for the youngster. South Fayette High School senior Mark Corio starts on the pole of this feature event. He leads the field to the green in turn 4. We're underway. Corio to the bottom. Here comes Garrett O'Patch, and he looks strong in his heat race. Here comes Logan Catellus, 3 wide down the backstretch. Catellus going to stick to the outside, though, but here comes Steven Shelpman. He's going to work to the inside of Garrett O'Patchin. 3 cars battling for the lead. The top 3 in points, for that matter. Steven Shelpman to the lead on lap number 1. Logan Catellus in the second spot behind Steven Shelpman. 4 wide coming off of turn 4. Corio, Bernard, Brown, and Catellus. Oh, getting coast down there. A couple of cousins battling for position. Here comes Jonathan Catellus to the outside, going 3 wide for the 4th spot. Catellus continues to close in. We've got 3 cars battling for the 3rd spot. It's O'Patchin, Jonathan Catellus, and Matt Bernard through the bottom. Great racing here for the Hobby Stocks as we approach the halfway point. Cattell is starting to close in on Shelpman by about a half a second now. 3 wide for the third spot in turn number 2. Undoubtedly the race of the night. Catellus closes in again on this lap as we officially hit the halfway point. Patch into the outside, battling with Bernard. Here comes the 2K of Catellus, the meat and the sandwich, right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Move Matt Bernard to third. Oh, it's getting close. Woo! The 14 of Mark Corio comes to a slowing pace in turn 2 down the backstretch, and that brings out the caution here on lap number 9. 6 laps remain. Here, Steven Shelpman's going to start this race over in turn number 4. Green is out. We're back underway. Shelpman takes off with the advantage down the backstretch. He goes, keeping about 3-4 car lengths between himself and Catellus as they head into turn 3. Logan Catellus trying to close in on Shelpman on the high side of 3 and 4. Now just 2 to go. The checkered and the white being presented in parallel. Catellus trying to close in within about 2 car lengths, but Shelpman's going to have a nice run here. Down the backstretch he goes. 4, 5, maybe even 6 car lengths now for Shelpman as he heads to the bottom of 3. He's going to drift up high coming out of turn number 4. Logan Catellus going to head to the bottom out of desperation to the checkered flag as a drag race, but it's Steven Shelpman winning that race.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the 6th time this year, the winner of the PPMS Hobby Stock, Steven Shelpman.
Ten laps will be the distance for the young guns here. AJ Manganello leads the field to the green. We're underway. And AJ Manganello gets the race started over in turn 4. Green is out. We're back underway here. 2 laps down. We've got 8 to go. Manganello, AJ the Manganello, down the backstretch. Oh, it's a late night, ladies and gentlemen. Manganello leads the field down the backstretch into turn 3. A big charity race coming up. The choice for charity event next week for the Young Guns. The winner of that event will be racing for a charity of their choice. We'll have some information about what drivers are racing for throughout the week. Cacalls has been to victory lane several times this season. That car's been to victory lane more times than he has himself, as he had a fill-in driver, Jacob Chips, on one week. But Gavin Cacallis, with I believe 4 feature wins this season. 2.5 laps to go for Manganello. We've seen Cacallis make a couple of last lap passes, so he's certainly capable. Does he have the car to do it? Can Manganello hold on to what he's built, to what he's earned to this point? 2 laps to go. Cacallis to the inside of Manganello. He was saving it. Manganello chops him. Down the backstretch he goes. He starts to pull away from Cacallis into turn number 3 for the final time. No. AJ Manganello coming through turn number 4 for the final time. AJ gonna get his first career feature win. AJ Manganello soaking it in. You only get to do this lap once in your career. He's doing it here tonight. Congratulations to AJ Manganello, feature winner in the Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control Young Guns. So your 4th position starter in car number 88 is Kyle Janas, starting 5th on the grid in car number 19. That's going to be John Gill. Susie Rudolph in car number 5R is your points leader. She starts 6th on the grid. And Tyler Hollister leads the field to the green. We're underway. Oh, it's all out battle. It's a war. No one's safe in war. Here comes Eddie Lombardo to the lead, his 2nd ever race at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. And it looks like we're going to go green. Kyle Janis gets this race started in turn 4. Three wide for position down into turn 1. Here comes the 19G of John Gill. He moves up to second. Eddie Lombardo in a position battle now with the 5R of Susie Rudolph. That battle is for third. Eddie Lombardo back into the third spot, taking it away from Susie Rudolph. The 78 of Chris Knight. It's getting close over there in 1 and 2. Himself and Tyler Hollister battling passionately for the 5th spot. Eddie Lombardo closing in on John Gill. Rinse and repeat here on lap number 4. Kyle Janas enjoying a nice, healthy, abundant lead up front. Cross flags, we're halfway home. Kyle Janas still your leader. Down into turn number 1. Rudolph drifts up in front of the 69. Hollister holds his line though. Here comes Chris Knight battling back. A great battle for 4th. I said earlier tonight, never seen a better battle for 4th. Saw it twice in one night. Chris Knight and the 69 of Hollister and the 5R of Susie Rudolph. A great battle for the 4th position here tonight. Coming around 3 and 4 for the final time, though. The checkered flag will wave for the 6th time on car number 88. That's going to go to Kyle Janas. Second will go to the 22 of Eddie Lombardo. Third to the 19 of John Gill. Battle for 4th will come to the line side by side, wheel to wheel. Who was it? So the 69 of Tyler Hollister wins that battle for 4th, and Chris Knight rounds out your top 5. We're going to head trackside to talk with both AJ Manganello and Kyle Janas